Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, I've got another My Story animated video that I'm going to be checking out, and this is her latest one called My Mom is So Cheap. I guess I'll find out for myself. I mean, I can't judge it without watching it, though, so yeah. It has been a while since I haven't watched My Story animate. Oh, frick. I did not mean to do that. I'm watching this on my Switch, but I don't have my phone with me, so I have to download the video to play it to do this reaction. So yeah, if you guys are new to the channel here, make sure you are subscribed. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out this video.
Hi, I'm Camillia from Brazil. Before I tell you my story, please like and subscribe.
Whoa, streaming on Twitch?
super rich. Just kidding. We were living in the poorest neighborhood in town. Mom stayed at home.
When did you become rich?
And we had little to no money. Maybe I should have subscribed to this channel and tried to win $10,000. Hey, you should try that. Subscribe to MSA today, and you could be the lucky winner of $10,000 in just 7 days. Fingers crossed. But anyways.
I don't know. I'm not the luckiest one. I've been subscribed for like almost 2 years.
Pedro rotten. You see, Pedro was a genius. By the time he was 8 months old, he could say his alphabet and count to 100. By the time he was 2, he was doing mathematical equations and solving puzzles. Our baby is a genius.
He's going to make us so proud.
And what am I? Shop lover? On my 5th birthday, instead of the princess house with the car and pool I wanted, Mom stitched me a doll from old clothes. We just don't have the money, sweetie. But Pedro received a brand new remote control car. Sweetie, we had to get Pedro something as well. That wasn't even the worst of it.
You got it perfectly more than her.
It wasn't. My parents said it was because
I just don't like it when parents do favoritism a lot when they're kids. With their kids.
A private school for gifted children, and they couldn't even afford books for me to go to a public school. Life was so unfair. I felt so invisible. The only time
I feel her.
me was when they wanted me to do some chore around the house. Over time, I just got used to it. And since I couldn't read books to myself, or I didn't have a phone to watch videos, I started to sew to pass my time. Camillia, what did you do to my curtains? I fell in love with creating new things from old stuff, and I wanted to become a fashion designer because of how
look at all those old MSA characters. This is interesting.
I was older than he was.
Clip my toenails, clean my shoes.
When I was 11,
Okay,
I
why
begged
the
my
frick?
parents to send me to a sewing school. Mom, Dad, I deserve to be able to follow my dreams too.
They don't have the money to send you to some stupid sewing school.
Did they spend the money on him?
To the most prestigious college in the country.
I'm sorry, Camilla, but we have to support the child who has greater potential and will make the family proud.
For that, Mom and Dad just
Wow.
walked away as Pedro stood there with a stupid
Oh my.
smirk on his face. Oh, I wanted to smack him hard.
Really?
Then I decided I'd do whatever it took to get myself into a sewing school. I tried to get a job, but nobody wanted to hire an 11-year-old, not even as a clown for a birthday party. When I was 13,
You're gonna have to
slowly
wait.
were turning around, and I finally landed a babysitting job. But
Oh,
when
wow.
my parents found out that I'd been neglecting household chores because of it, they were furious. I was grounded for 2 months, and Dad tore up all my designs that I had stuck on my bedroom walls over the years. I was devastated,
Oh.
but a tiny part of me refused to give up. I had to be smart. This time, when I drew, I hid my drawings under the floorboards of my bed, and when Mom sent me to the supermarket, I'd pass by the wishing fountain and take all the coins. Don't give me that judgmental look. But after 3 years of saving those coins, it still wasn't enough. Luckily for me, my life took an amazing turn when I turned 16, and that set things in motion for me. One day, while drawing in my room, I was so focused that I didn't see this girl peeking in at me through the window. Wow, that looks amazing! Ah! I toppled out of my chair and fell to the ground.
If anybody does that,
My bedroom window and came in. Did the servants come to
can
the
you
door?
not?
What? Did my parents
Can you not go into someone's house while doing
I'm the new neighbor and
without
I
asking?
didn't let her
Whatever.
finish. I just picked her up, threw her out of the window, and closed the
Damn.
doors. As much as I wanted a friend, I didn't want anyone to know that I couldn't read or write. What would she think of me? But that didn't stop the crazy backflip girl. Over the next few days, she did everything she could to get my attention, even juggling 3 cats while she balanced a mug of water on her head.
What?
One day, I decided to
Not literally. Not literally a weirdo, but cool.
outfit, and I wanted to get home and sketch it. Just then, I heard a man yell behind me.
Watch out!
As I turned, I saw a huge crane ball coming my way. I froze in place, but luckily for me, someone pushed me to the ground just in time. Girl,
Oh, it's
are you
her.
crazy? This is a danger zone. Can't you read? Oh God, I was
Oh,
me
no,
and shook
no.
my head. That's
Ah.
okay. I can't draw amazing fashion designs like you can. Let's go and grab some ice
Oh.
cream. My treat.
They're even, I guess.
Cream. Crazy backflip girl, I mean, Sophia, told me that she had moved next door with her parents and older brother Harrison. Also, that Harrison was a rotten egg and always got himself into trouble. She also told me that her father lost his job after his boss accused him of stealing money from his office and then blacklisted him so no one else would hire him, while her mother worked as a maid for some rich lady. I told her that my parents hated me and wouldn't even let me go to school while they treated Pedro like he was a prince. What do they think this is? The 16th century? No girl left behind. Woman power. For the next few months, Sophia taught me how to read and write. She was a great teacher, and I was a quick
Freaking ad.
learner. Sophia's mother even supplied me with her old drapes to practice my designs on. As much as I loved my bestie, there was a downside of being neighbors with Sophia. Harrison and Pedro became best friends, and they'd go out of their
What?
way to make mine and Sophia's life a living nightmare. So we stayed out of their way
Wow.
as much as possible. But then one evening, when I was coming home after getting groceries, I saw two guys push some guy to the ground and grab his keys. Hey, stop it! The guys looked around, and I was shook. Pedro? Harrison?
Let's get out of here.
They hopped into the car and sped off. Was Pedro crazy? That night, I cornered Pedro in his room. What the heck was that stunt you pulled today?
What I do is none of your business.
You're my younger brother. Of course it's my business.
If you tell Mom and Dad anything, I'll tell them that Sophia has been tutoring you.
I couldn't afford to lose Sophia's friendship. So, I kept my mouth shut and kept a close eye on Pedro.
Bruh, what the-
I found out that he'd been failing his subjects in school, and he was missing classes to hang out with Harrison and his goons. I was so frustrated that I thought my head was going to explode.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you should start a podcast to ease some of your frustration. Talk to strangers about my story? That'll be weird. Sometimes strangers make the best listeners. That night, Sophia helped me set up an anonymous
I don't know.
phone. I went by the name Raven, and it felt so good to get so many things off my chest. But what felt even better was reading the comments encouraging me to follow my dreams despite my parents' unfair treatment. They even encouraged me to open an online store and set up a GoFundMe to get started. And soon, my clothes were being sold faster than I could make them. Yeah, I set up a secret workshop in Sophia's basement where I worked at night. Over the next 2
Damn.
years, it was a roller coaster. First, Harrison was arrested for pickpocketing, and his father shipped him off to the Navy. When he left, Pedro got 100 times worse, and he was even kicked out of school. And he continued to hang out with the wrong crowd, and my parents always made excuses for him. But my life
Oh,
was...
wow. Okay, hold on. Let me stop here for a moment. Why the frick would you still side with a person who got expelled and getting himself into more trouble? What kind of parents who sides with the stupid person against the smart person?
I saved up enough money to get into the most prestigious fashion school in the country. The only thing left to do was to send in my application, which required me to create any design of my choice. You've got this, bestie. I'm rooting for you. Over the next 2 months, I worked endlessly to create the most
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
ball gown known to man. I needed to get into this school. I had something to prove to myself. A few nights before the submission of my dress, while at Sophia's, I saw Pedro enter her parents' bedroom. I snuck up to the door and peeked through the crack. I watched in shock as Pedro was stuffing his pockets with jewelry. Pedro, what on earth are you doing? Pedro gave me one look and jumped through the window like a
He was
frog.
stealing?
Sophia and her parents had been too good to me to let Pedro get away with this. I ran home, but when I opened the door, the confrontation did an Uno reverse on me. Dad glared at me as he was
What?
holding a necklace in his hand.
Camillia, why was this in your dresser?
As if on cue, Pedro walked into the room to examine the necklace.
Wait, isn't that Sophia's mother's?
You should know, since you stole it.
Pedro told us that he saw you take this.
I didn't steal anything. It was Pedro. I just don't understand where we went wrong.
Oh, no.
Me?
No.
Pedro's the one
Do
who
not
got
tell
out of
me.
school. Genius my butt.
We also found cash hidden under the floorboards. Where did you steal that from?
I froze. How did they... My eyes met Pedro's, and an evil glint flashed over his
You
eyes.
idiot.
It's my money. I earned it.
Stop lying, Camillia.
I think it's time to teach little Miss Fashionista a lesson that she will never forget. Pedro, bring the dress. Dress?
What?
The words stuck in my throat when I saw Pedro return with my submission dress. I watched in horror as Mom lit the fireplace and took the dress from Pedro. Mom, please, don't. You will learn your place in this family, Camillia.
Are you kidding
My
me?
dress in the fireplace, and it lit up quicker than nothing but ashes as an avalanche of tears ran down.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Okay, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but what the frick? What the frick, man? Really? Really? So you believe the thief over a nice daughter? Alright. As soon as I'm hoping these parents regret what they did.
My face.
I
knew that
frick
time
these
was
parents,
going
man.
without
Oh my
to protect
gosh.
My parents and Pedro, but I decided to pack my bags and I went to Sophia's. That night, after bawling my eyes out, I did a live podcast and revealed to my listeners what I had just endured under the hands of my parents. This time, I used their real names. Yep, I was done being the nice guy. By the next morning, my
Damn.
chased out of the
Oh,
kitchen.
that
The
is
rich lady Sophia's mom
that is good.
She got me another
Deserved.
submission.
Well deserved.
Bestie, this dress is even better than the last one. I have to admit, I really did outdo myself. About 2 weeks later, I received a letter in the mail. Beads of sweat ran down my forehead. With trembling fingers, I opened the letter and my jaw dropped. What does it say? I got accepted into the fashion school. Yes! I felt as though I were on cloud 9. Over the
Woohoo!
next 4 years while I was away
I never
at
know.
school,
I don't know anything
Sophia
about
went to a
fashion,
community
so
college,
nah.
worked hard and came out at the top of my class. I earned a junior position in a fashion company. I even convinced Sophia's dad to apply as a manager there, and he got the job. It wasn't long after
Wow.
they were able to move into a nice place. I was finally living my dream. One night, after one of the company's shows, I spotted my parents in the hallway waiting for me. What are you guys doing here? I see you're a fashion designer. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Words I always wanted to hear my parents say, but I knew they weren't sincere. Why are you here? Dad shifted uncomfortably.
Pedro's in trouble. He and some of his friends got caught breaking into a bank and we need money to bail him out.
And after everything you and Mom did to me, you think that I would help you? Sweetheart, we're family, and that's what families do. They help each other out. But where was my family growing up? Where were you when I needed you?
Are you going to help or not?
Not.
No.
Had you done your
No,
job
he's
as parent,
yeah, she's not
Parent
gonna help you
Pedro
because
isn't
you
letting him wrap you around his finger.
you let her down.
In a jail cell now. As I looked across the room, I saw Sophia and her parents waiting for me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to join my real family. I pushed past my parents and walked toward the people who helped
Wait,
me
they
and
adopted you?
never turn their backs on me. Family is not just about blood, but those who stood by you through thick and thin. Have I told you guys how amazing you are? Not recently, no. You guys are amazing. So are you, bestie. I love you, and I'm so proud of you. I love you too.
I can't see the few things in the end screen there, so yeah. The videos popped up. Is that it? Okay, that's it there. So yeah, that was the that was an amazing story there. That was that was the darkest story I've ever seen in my entire life though. Like the parents, I would feel bad for anyone who has parents like that. Believing believing a thief over a nice guy, it's honestly really stupid. And you believe someone with no proof being shown. It's honestly really stupid. If anybody has parents like this, I would feel bad. I feel bad for you all. So yeah, I have no other thoughts. All I can think of is that the parents in this video is horrible to their daughter. And yeah. So if you guys are new to the channel here, make sure you are subscribed. If you guys want me to check out more MSA / My Story animated videos, I could. There is some that I already watched, but there is some I don't remember and forgot some of the scenes, but I do know some of them. So yeah. You guys can leave a comment what video you guys want me to react to. And yeah. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.